What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. The focus today is centered around meal prep and the essentials and the basics of meal prep. And I'm going to show you guys how I meal prep and some of the steps that I take to make sure that I'm successful with my diet and my eating habits. Some things that I do to make my food taste good, to make sure that I can stick to a good eating plan. Make sure that I can have self-discipline and resist some of the cravings and the temptations and all the bad food cravings. Some of the things that I do to make my food taste good. When you're meal prepping and you make your food, you want to make sure that you're actually looking forward to your next meal. And how's that done? Because a lot of times when we think about a healthy meal or when we think about eating healthy or a diet plan, we think of, it's associated with, not enjoying the food or not tasting good. At least from my experience and from people that I've dealt with and people that I've helped with before in the past, it's all the same. So it's always the same. Unless you take the right steps, and you can make it a lot easier. I don't know if easy is the word, but you can make it a lot more realistic. Because I don't want to say easy because it's never easy. But in the end, it's always worth it, right? So, first of all, when you go to the grocery store, you need to have a plan of action. You need to have a grocery list. You need to know what you're gonna get. You can't randomly go to the grocery store and say, "Oh, I'm gonna, go get some healthy food." No, you need to know what you're gonna prep. So, some of the items on my list today is boneless, skinless chicken breast, brown rice, asparagus, broccoli, which is my staple. I always stick with broccoli, green onions, cilantro, and some ground turkey. All right, so I just got back from the grocery store. So the question of the day is, drum roll please, how does Jeremy get swole? I have all the secrets for you right here. Check it out. So what we got here is pork chicharrones, 80 calories, 5 grams of fat, 9 grams of protein, but that's not a significant source. This is just a snack for me when I feel like something crunchy, salty, when I'm craving chips. This is what I eat, and it helps take away my craving with little to no consequence. On my midsection, we've got wild brine Korean kimchi. That stuff is bomb. I like to put it with my rice and different meals. Sometimes I even put it on my egg whites. We've got some cauliflower, yams, some fresh asparagus. We've got some Honeycrisp apples, yellow nectarines, wild Alaskan salmon. These are the frozen ones. Normally I do fresh salmon, it tastes a lot better, but it all depends on where I shop, to be honest. I much prefer fresh salmon. It's a much different taste than the frozen patties. But for today, we got frozen. Gogurt, but that's not for me. That is for my kids. Frank's Red Hot. Put this on everything. And I saw this at the store and I decided to get it. It's Red Hot Buffalo Ranch. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my vegetables actually. Let's see how that tastes. Mostly veggies, but it's good. You can eat a lot of it. We've got almond milk, unsweetened vanilla. Okay. I really like to put this with my protein shakes. in a blender with ice. Bagels, these aren't for me though. These are for my kids. Bananas, green onions, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cilantro. My favorite, basmati rice, boneless, skinless chicken breast. Very, very good, lean source of protein. Can't go wrong with that. Next step is to put it all together. I'm gonna show you how to weigh your food out, cook your food, season your food, make it taste good. Portion it out correctly. And you can customize it specifically to what your fitness goals are. It's not a cookie cutter program. You have to find out what works for you and what works for your body. Boneless, skinless chicken breast first. This goes in a bag with marinade. You want it to marinate for at least 30 minutes so the flavor really gets into the chicken. In my opinion, chicken is a protein that can tend to be really, really dry. You can get tired of eating it really quick, so you want to make it taste good. So you want the chicken to be marinating, to be honest, you want it to be marinating for about a day or two. But for today's sake, we're gonna marinate it for about 45 minutes. All right, we're gonna marinate this chicken in some white balsamic vinaigrette in a bag, and we're also gonna throw some lemons in there to give it a little bit of zest. That's already trimmed off. I'll go ahead and put some cooking spray, cooking sheet, and from there, go ahead and lay it on. It's already been sitting in the marinade for about a couple hours or so. So the flavor is going to really, really get into this. So it's going to have a lot of flavor. It's going to be really good. Next step, we're gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So we'll get that preheated, and then we'll go ahead and throw those chicken breasts in there for about 30 minutes at 400, 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how thick the chicken breasts are. Chicken's ready, right on time. It's preheated, and we'll put these in for about 25 to 30 minutes. And we'll let that cook. All right, next we got our salmon. A few simple ingredients. Salmon, you want to make it taste really good. Here inside this bowl, Worcestershire sauce, salt-free Mrs. Dash, a little bit of sea salt, and a little bit of curry powder. With this, 2 lemons. Rub the seasoning in, make sure it gets all around. So that way the flavor really gets inside of the salmon. So we want to let that sit for about 15 minutes or so the flavor really gets inside. Okay? And then we're going to head over here to the oven. I'm going to hit bake. I'm going to put that at about 400 and let it preheat. A little bit of cooking oil. I'm going to place each piece of salmon on the tray, one at a time. We're going to go ahead and put skin side down. Pour the rest of the marinade on top of the salmon. nice and crispy, as you can see. So we're all good to go with the salmon.